Check in with Larry Senneback. His time is more precious than Tim Cook at Apple. Good morning, Larry Senneback.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
All right, you're with First Rule, and you're our tech guru. What do you got for us today?
Well, a couple different things. I know in the last couple weeks, and you guys have talked a lot about it, Facebook has been in the news. It's all about privacy issues, and it's almost as though the whole world woke up one day and realized that Facebook was an advertisement company and that you are the product, which geeks like myself have been kind of telling people for years.
I know.
People didn't seem to care.
Right.
But I think now's a good time as any, to go into your Facebook account and actually look at the settings. Look at what apps you have granted permission to, which they don't make particularly easy to see.
Right.
They are making some changes now, apparently, but I would recommend everyone.
How hard is that to do?
It's actually really, really simple.
I'm trying to go through it now.
So basically what you're going to do, and we'll put up some images on the video, but pretty easy. So
by the way, we are broadcasting live on Facebook, so people who are watching on Facebook can do this as they're watching us live.
So basically all you're going to want to do is you're going to go to your profile page.
Right.
And then if you're on a laptop or even on an iPad, in the top right-hand corner, there's the ability to kind of drop down
a menu
that has all of your midi, or you can click on your picture too, and then in the bottom of that there's settings.
Okay.
And so if you go to the settings, then on the other page here, you'll see on the left-hand side there's a thing that says apps.
Okay.
And so you go to settings, so you click on you can click on your picture, go down to settings. On the left-hand side, you'll see apps. And that's like in the third section. Lots of little things like security, general, all your name, stuff there. When you go to the apps page, at the very top, there's this logged in with Facebook. Every single time you log into a site with Facebook, every single time you click on one of those clickbaity things you see on Facebook, like 10 ways your friends didn't know that, this or that, or, the 10 most amazing things you didn't know, or stuff like that. Every time you do that, literally it's granting them permission to have access to all of your Facebook information. So I literally was helping people, and so basically you're able to see that, and you're able to see every app. And so I would suggest going through with all those logged in on Facebook, and if you don't recognize it, if you don't use it daily.
I've done that before. I
X.
think you'll be shocked that you have granted all of these things access to all of your data.
It's incredible, and it's stuff that you wouldn't even for example, in this example, TripAdvisor was getting all of your work history. Why does TripAdvisor need my work history? It doesn't make any sense. So it's one of those things that this is how Facebook works. This is kind of how these systems are. And I'm sure Facebook's going to make changes over the next coming weeks and days. But go into settings under your account, go to apps on the left side, look at the apps that are logged in with Facebook. And I would suggest, if you don't recognize it or haven't used it in a while or use it daily, just remove it.
Just remove it. Okay, good. All right, what else?
So neat stuff. Yesterday, Apple actually had an event. It's always interesting when Apple has events. This one was heavily focused on education. So basically, they're releasing a new version of the iPad. It's going to be available for consumers too. Its next version. It's a little faster. Nothing else really exciting about it, to be honest.
What about the pen or the pencil?
They've got a little pencil, which is something that Windows tablets and Android tablets have been doing for years.
Right.
But they're really pushing it for education, such that they have some new applications on the iPad that are good for drawing, good for animating, good for just education in general, reading. So they're going to be offering it to schools at a reduced price of $299, which is good, but it's still expensive compared to some of the Chromebook options and things like that are $99 that schools are using. But really interesting. So we'll have to see that basically Apple's repositioning themselves to get into the schools more. So that was interesting. Very finally, on a quick note, I always like to have one fun kind of out there product. A company called Roam is releasing an exoskeleton for skiers.
Of course they are.
So if you're a skier, you know that it can be hard on your knees after a while, especially if you have weak knees or have knee issues. This is literally a backpack and a exoskeleton you put around your knees, and as you're going down the ski slope, it senses what you're doing and essentially takes all the weight and strain off of your knees. So really interesting.
I would think that somebody who's paralyzed could use that.
I don't know that they're advertising that, but they definitely are advertising people that have bad knee issues.
Right.
That it could definitely help them, that they couldn't ski anymore.
So
because
basically,
of that.
you're strapping on some type of scaffolding on the outside of your leg, to help you ski down.
It's the exact same exoskeleton suits technology that the military has been testing and using for like carrying, all the weight that soldiers have to carry in battle, basically removing that from their knees.
Wow, that is really
neat
interesting.
stuff.
That is cool.
And what's that one? That one's called Rome.
It's called
Robotics?
Rome. Apparently, it's going to be released in in January of 2019, and it's expected to cost between $2,000 and $2,500.
There you go. Larry,
Wow.
good stuff, as always. I have no time left. DuckDuckGo. Is that a decent search engine or no?
I mean, I still use Google personally.
If you use Google, I'm going to use Google.